Hey there. Welcome, welcome. I'm thrilled you are here. This episode is a fun one. To me, they're all fun, but this one I feel pretty jovial about because I'm calling it Change Your Life One Complaint at a Time. Complain, yay! um, because let's be honest, isn't there a piece of all of us that truly does love to complain, right? To be bitching and moaning about this and that, and then into our victim mentality and all the things, right? Okay, be honest, and it's okay. I look at this with like a giggle because it's so true for all of us as humans, right? How we're really brought up, right? Very part of our culture. And I just laugh about it, right? Because it is kind of funny when we look at ourselves and then see, like, yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do that. And I'm just like them. And we all do some complaining, even on our journey doing the inner work, right? Your spiritual journey, the inner work, raising yourself to the next. I like to talk about it like it's an elevator level. You're moving up a whole new floor, a whole nother story, or 10 higher stories up the elevator to live and be daily at a higher frequency. Well, you know what? We still complain from time to time. And we can use our complaints as a springboard to lift us up to a higher level, one complaint at a time. Now, I bring this up because it's really funny. This came up for me this week. Yesterday, I was taking the garbage cans and the recycling out last night to the curb, then for this morning, right? So I'm towing, behind me. I've got the big garbage can and the big recycling can, and I'm towing them behind me. And it's the end of the day, and my daughter's with me, and I'm also at the same time making sure, okay, like she doesn't go run out to the road. Here, stop here at the trees, we gotta hold hands, and I'm gonna take one at a time, one can at a time, multiple trips. It's hot. It was hot yesterday. Everybody's a little bit just like, okay, time to relax and call it a day. And these garbage cans, like, I'm like, I don't know, 5'7", 5'8", and I'm having to like bend down, squat down to tow these garbage cans. You'd think, I've been doing this for years. You'd think after all these years, I would have figured out how to take these garbage cans out to the road without them running over my feet, tipping the wrong way, barking my shins, running over my ankles, or torquing my shoulder. I have not mastered this yet. I have not mastered this yet. And these garbage cans, they seem like perhaps they would be more ergonomically designed for someone who's maybe 5 feet tall. That may be, like for that particular size of can that we have. I don't know. I'm making that up. And it's great. I have garbage cans. But here's where I'm going, right? I'm complaining about this. I'm like, oh my gosh, ow, that ran over my ankle. Bam! Oh, that was my shin. Like, oh my gosh, could this thing just roll a little easier? Why am I having to stoop and walk like a penguin to take my garbage out to the curb, out along the driveway? It's not like we have a super long driveway or anything like that, but it goes a little ways. It's probably a few hundred feet. So, here I am, like, muttering to myself about this, and then I'm like, oh, hey, look at that. What are you doing, Teal? You're complaining. Look at where your attention is. Look at where your thoughts and your emotions and your frequency and your feelings and the whole 9 yard is about garbage cans. Oh, look at that. And I was just like, oh, yeah, look at that. See, you see how this happens to us, right? We're just doing day in and day out, daily life. And it's this low-hanging, everyday stuff, excuse me, that then, sorry guys, I had a tickle there, got a drink of water. So, day in and day out stuff, right, that then we complain about. And we don't even notice it, right? We don't even notice it. And so this is why I'm saying change your life one complaint at a time. Because when it comes to living at a higher frequency, to going up to that next story, that next, rising up to the penthouse, to the 44th floor, rising up on our frequency level to live at that higher frequency place. It's about taking one step at a time. Taking one step at a time. And we often think, okay, we need to swing for the fences. We need to hit it out of the park. We need the hole in one. Okay, here are all the sports metaphors. All of these things, the dream big, which is fabulous, dream big. But I'm always going back to the saying, eat an elephant one bite at a time. We can make tremendous leaps and bounds when we do things in small pieces. In small pieces, because then we can manage the shift energetically in our nervous system, our body, our biology, our emotions a little more easily. And I'll talk more about that in another episode. But you can make a huge change just by stopping complaining about one thing in your daily life. Think about that. What is one thing that you could stop complaining about just in your daily life? And how would that change how you feel, how you perceive the world, how you act, your energy, your emotions, your frequency, how you engage with other people? What is one simple thing that you can stop complaining about right now, today, about something in your daily life? Well, for me, I've just given you a fun example, the garbage cans for me. And you stop complaining about it and instead reframe it into, how is this blessing you? How are you grateful for this? And so this is what I was doing. I'm taking out those garbage cans and I realized, okay, I'm complaining. Instead, I'm like, oh, you know what? Thank you for this garbage can. Thank you that the garbage service provides me with this garbage can as part of the service, so I don't even have to go out and get my own garbage can somewhere. Thank you that we even have garbage service and that it isn't a garbage can. I'm not just putting bags out there that the animals get into and garbage then spews all over the place or anything like that. Thank you for these garbage cans. Thank you that they are sturdy. Thank you that they hold as much as they do, right? So that, we can have service every week, right? And thank you that there is this service with the garbage trucks and they come and the people are friendly in the garbage trucks. When I'm out for a walk, they honk at me and wave. They wave at me with my kid in the stroller. They're kind. They slow down. They move over. They don't just blow by me and scare my child, right? Look at all these things that are coming up, right? Thank you that we have sanitation. Thank you that we have recycling so that we can repurpose and reuse and be better stewards of all of the things that we utilize in our life to be in reciprocity and aini and flow and recycle and give and take, right? Do our best to serve the environment and serve others. Look at all these ways that I am being provided this service. Thank you that it is being provided for me at a wonderful rate that I pay every month, and I can pay online and it makes it easy. I don't even have to mail a check. I don't have to put a stamp on it. I don't have to drive somewhere to an office to pay in person. Thank you for the billing service. Look where you can go with this, right? Thank you that I get to take my garbage and recycling cans out to the road and I get to be outside and enjoy this beautiful day and it's sunshiny and this is amazing. Thank you for the strong body that I can pull these heavy cans, right? That I can walk, that my arms work. I have my hands and my arms, my fingers, my legs, my feet, my body, all these things. Look where you can go, just on and on and on down the rabbit hole of blessings with the little things that are just annoying the crap out of you. And you want to complain about, you can totally turn that around. You can totally turn that around. So make this a practice. Right? Make this a practice. And the more you make this a practice, look at how quickly all of the complaints and annoyances and things you start to knock down, like knocking out a leg on a table, and it just falls down. And look at where your frequency goes, because now you're in gratitude and you're looking for all these amazing things associated with that annoyance that now you're grateful for and you're feeling good about. And boom, where did your frequency go? And I invite you to say this out loud, because as you say this out loud, you're retraining your reticular activating system to start to show you more of this that you are grateful for, and see this perception as you're describing it in your world more and more. And you're retraining your reticular activating system to see your world this way, to support you with seeing things as the blessings and the gratitude. And the more you do this, look at this. Now also, you are showing yourself proof that, oh, you have good things in your life. Proof that, oh, you can stop complaining about things and have more gratitude and be feeling more blessed and change your emotional state, right? And make those shifts and notice then how much better you're feeling throughout the day. With that proof, you realize that what you are doing is working. What you are doing is working. And now you're like, oh, I can do that. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep shifting my perceptions and knocking down the things I'm complaining on and getting into gratitude and blessings and moving one by one by one. And the more you do it, the more proof you get. And the more proof you get, the more you keep going, and you're building momentum. And before you know it, you've moved up a floor, living at a higher frequency. Because how are you treating those around you when you are at a higher frequency and in a better mood than instead of complaining and bitching and moaning and annoyed and grouching? How are you being throughout your day when you are engaging with your clients, when you are doing your work, when you're playing with your kid, when you're taking a shower, when you're eating dinner, when you're driving in your car? What's the difference then when you are feeling at a higher emotional state than when you're grouchy and bitching and moaning and annoyed and complaining? Huge difference. And the world receives that and reflects that back to you, right? You create what you put out, right? So start with the low-hanging fruit to get going, right? The garbage cans, the stuff in your everyday life like I'm talking about, the garbage cans. Sitting in traffic, right? Waiting for a phone call that's maybe coming a little late, you know? Waiting for an email and a response, or trying to get someone on the phone, or you're sitting on hold trying to get a hold of, I don't know, whoever, T-Mobile, because you need to fix something, right? The everyday little annoyances. The door that sticks on that cabinet in the kitchen, Complaining about, oh man, there's a new scratch on the car. That little rock kicked up and dinged my car. These things, the everyday stuff, the low-hanging fruit. Tackle that, because those little pieces add up. And you'd be surprised to see, just like in this exercise I did with the garbage can, you see where I went? I went into like my body and the billing services and money and paying and like all these things, the environment and the world, sustainability, all these places. You'll be amazed at where you go when you do this, where you see how your perception then is tied to so many other perceptions, and you start to have gratitude in one place, and then, oh, you're over here now shifting more perceptions than what you were even annoyed about as well, because it's all tied together one way or another within our beautiful programming. It's amazing. So by you just looking at one tiny little thing in your everyday life, one thing you are complaining about, that is all. You're not just going to fix, and I air quote, fix that one thing you're complaining about. You're going to start impacting far more than that in your perceptions and your programming. And that's really, really cool. So that's your takeaway, right? One thing that you are complaining about in your daily life, go for the low-hanging fruit, shift the perceptions into gratitude and blessings, and keep going and see if you can't keep knocking down one little thing you complain about at a time, right? Rise up to that new level, right? This is amazing. I'm so thrilled for you to get going on this, because it's remarkable, and it's amazing what you will learn then and discover about yourself, your perceptions, and the whole 9 yards. So thank you for being here. I'm so glad you are. As always, shine bright. The world needs you. The world needs you shining out there with your unique, amazing loveliness, the pure love that you are, changing not just your life and your world, but then everything around you as well, creating what you want in your life, what you intend to experience in your life through the love inside you already, and just letting it shine out. All right. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.